setting out for an arch, what are the things we're going to need? To do it on the paper, we're going to need one of these, a pair of compasses, pencil, and a ruler. But in the case of when we're going to build it, we'll use the compass that I'm going to show you, and instead of this, it'll be a tape measure. Now, this is a rough drawing of the arch that we're going to be looking at, well, the fireplace. So from here, what do we need to do? We need to mark off the span. Now, the span is going to be the section between this point and this point where the arch is going to come from. Now, that is called the span. So you mark where the span is, like so. So you've got the top and the bottom. And now what you have to do is you have to bisect that line. Now, what bisecting means is you have to find the centre. The easiest way of doing it is with your pair of compasses, put the spiky point on one side and open it out so it is more than halfway. Doesn't matter where, as long as it is more than halfway. So if you're not sure where the centre is, go way past it, so to about here. So you know it's well past it. You mark the top, you mark the bottom, and now without moving the compass, you put it on the other side and you do exactly the same thing. Now, that will give you 2 marks at the top and at the bottom. All you need to do is, with the right end of the compass, is to draw a line straight through the middle. I'll do it relatively lightly. Now that is bisecting the line. That gives you the centre point of the span. Remember, the span is through here. Now, the next thing you want to do is you need to work out the rise. Now, the rise is how high you want the arch to go from the centre line here to the underside of the keystone brick. Now, the keystone, we'll get to that in a minute. So the rise, so essentially how high you want the arch to go from the inside to the inner side of the brick. For argument's sake, we're going to make this, I don't know, 20 centimetres. So we'll put a little mark there. That there is the rise for 20 centimetres. From the next thing you need to do, you need to draw a line from the rise, so this point here, to the springing point. Now the springing point would be this here and this here, because it springs off from there. Imagine jumping, you need somewhere to start from, like the jumping point, so it's called a springing point. So from here the arch springs out. So what you do is you get your ruler or your tape measure or whatever it is, preferably a ruler, not a tape measure, sorry, and you draw a line between those 2 points like so. There you go, so you get a little triangle in there. Now from there you need to do exactly what we did to the span to this line here. We need to bisect it. So again, put your spiky point on one end, make sure it's over halfway. So if it's just under the full way, then that's fine, it's no problem. 1 line, 2 line, sorry about the shadow there, and do it again, 1 line, 2 line. Now that will give you 2 more little crosses like that, and then what you need to do is you need to draw a line again straight through there, and make sure that that crosses over the initial line you had coming down. Now it looks like a little bit of a mess, but essentially that is it. What you need to do now is to take the point where it crosses over here, put your point on that, get your pencil in line with the top of the rise, and then all you do is that, oh, it's a little bit over, sorry. These compasses, this is a cheap compass, it's not the best in the world. Now that will give you your archway, just like so. There we go, 1 arch. Now, what you need to do as well is you need to know the angle of the screw back. Now, the screw back, you take this point here that we just took to make the arch, and you draw a line from there, and you go directly through the springing point of your archway, line straight down there, and it will give you this angle here. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, I haven't got a protractor. But you use that, you need to build up this line here, so assume that that is how long a brick, that's a brick there. So we'll draw 1 brick, 2 brick, 3 brick. So that's how the arch would go round. You need to build up in brickwork, this little section here. So you carry on up like here, and then, or where are we going now? The bricks are going over here, so you go up like that, you'd have a brick there, and then a half brick there. That full brick there would need a cut. This full brick here would be a cut as well. Until, well, say the brick was that long, and then from there on out, the arch goes round like so. Very rough, excuse my terrible drawing. And then from there on up, you fill the brickwork in as you would do normally, like so. So like, it's just very rough section, this bit, but like however it fills in. But these ones here, where the bricks are going over on the archway, these ones here need to be cut, and that is called the screw back. Now, that is how you do an arch. Now all we've got to do is, rather than doing it on a piece of paper, we've got to go outside and we've got to make our profile out of timber. So that's how you work out an archway on paper, but now it's a little bit more difficult because we're trying to do it on timber. And that little compass that I had, it's just not gonna cut it like £2 from the local shop. What we have is this old relic. It's a long piece of timber with 2 points on the end. Spiky points, you just unscrew it, move it up and down. It's pretty old and rusty, but it does work. There you go, move it up and down. And this one, you've got a screw in it for a pencil. Pencil looks relatively sharp, so I just use that. And again, use it in the same aspect. Spiky point on one end, and the other end, it draws you a circle. I'm not going to explain to you how to do it again, because I've already explained it to you once. So you don't need to be told twice. I'll set you up and I'll just get cracking and get it done and show you what it looks like when it's finished. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy the show. You good there? Oh, while I'm down here doing this, I'm going to be listening to some music. So it seems only fair that I'll let you guys have something to listen to as well. So, enjoy. Now I've got to cut that out and I'll make 2 of them and then join it together. Well, I'll show you how it's done. Just cut it out. There we have the 2 sides to the profile for the arch. Now we need to do, put a bit of timber in between, hold them apart, so when we put the bricks on top, they don't fall in the middle or fall either side. That's what it looks like. I put bits of timber in the middle just to hold it at the right spacing. That's it, just very simple, just bung a screw in and then another one in this side. Right, so from here, I've got a few bits of timber ready. A couple of bits that go either side. Like so. Nothing special. And then all we do is just wedge them in at the bottom. Cut bits of timber. I cut them so they're not going to be sitting flat, they're at a bit of an angle, so you can get them in nice and tight like so it doesn't move. And just put a couple of screws in for good measure, like so. Just get the other bit of timber and do the same but the other way, really. I'm not going to hit this too hard because I only built that yesterday. Better make sure it's plumb first, eh? Yeah, that's good for me. So from there, just tap it up to get it in place. Put a screw on one side, and then just tap it up so it's nice and tight. Now that As long as you don't start kicking it or bashing it or anything, it shouldn't come out. Right, so, and then basically all you do is get your turning piece, just plonk it up there, make sure it's in the right place, and then you're good to go. I'll get all the sides ready and cut in and all that done, so literally we just jump straight on and do the arch. Hello, there you go. Didn't realise I put you in there with all the bricks. Just grabbing a few more bricks for the archway here. Slight difference from last time. I've added some marks all along the turning piece to show where the bricks go. These are very handy. You cut off little 10mm bits of timber. I've also put a 10mm bit under each end. Oh yeah, and also I've added a few bricks and built up 2 courses at the back. These are the angles that we needed, that I told you I forgot to work out when I made the turning piece. These angles are so that the brick can sit in there nicely, and that's where the arch starts from, because all the weight's going to be pushing down on there, so you just work it off that way. And like I said, these 10mm bits, just to bump it up that extra 10mm, and when you take the turning piece out, you just pull these out, the whole thing drops down. You just pull the whole thing out. Anyway, and then onto these black lines. So you get your compass again, and what you need to do is you need to get your tape measure and measure from this point all the way across to that point, and then you divide that by the number of bricks that's going into it. So with my tape it's handy because it tells you on it how many it is, and it turned out to be 16 bricks, sorry. And it turns out that I'm going to have it's going to be 80mm between bricks. So between this point and this point is 80mm going all the way around. So what you do is you set your compass on tape measure to 80mm, and you just mark off each one going all the way around. So the reason you do this is so that when you put your bricks in, you know exactly where they're going to go every single time, because if you don't know where you're going to go, it's going to work out you come to the middle and you won't have enough room for the brick. So it's a bit of forethought, you have to do it just so you know where you're going. I've got a bit of muck knocked up behind me, all ready to go, so I'm going to set you guys up and we're going to build this archway. So, I forgot to say, you need lines on it so you can get the angle right, otherwise doing it with a level. I tried doing it with a level, it just doesn't work. So, quickly set up some lines. I should have done that to start with. I was a bit too eager to get this built. Camera only films 20 minutes at a time, a bit longer than 20 minutes, so missed the last little bit, but I stopped just before the end for a reason. As I said yesterday, I noted about a keystone. Now this is where the keystone would go. A keystone is the last stone or brick that goes in that holds the whole thing together. It's the key to this arch staying together. If you're going to take the turning piece out now, the whole thing will just fall down, it'll just collapse. So you put the keystone in this case it's 2, because it's an even amount of bricks. You want an odd amount, so there'll just be 1 in the middle, but because it's even, there's 2 in the middle. So it's the same concept. You put these 2 in, and then in theory you should be able to take the turning piece out. Now I'm not going to take it out because it's still wet. As the weight pushes down on the top of the arch, it pushes out this way, so you got that in there, and it pushes each way because each brick is trying to go out through the bottom. Because it can't go out through the bottom, the energy pushes this way, and it pushes all the way around, and when it gets to here it pushes down and out, so the harder you push down on the top the stronger it is, and the more energy is pushing out the edge and it's dispersing out this way. So yeah, the heavier on the top the stronger it is. So by the time you built this whole wall going all the way up, this ain't going to ever go anywhere. This is what they used to do in the age before lintels. Before you used to put lintel over a door, you used to have an archway over every door. I think it just looks badass, but anyway, I'm about to put the 2 keystones in now. So far it's looking pretty good, I think. And there we go. One finished arch. I think that's pretty good. The perps are a little bigger than I'd like, but that's something I can deal with. I just put a load of muck over the top just to, well, I like doing it just to make it feel as though it's stronger. But that's that one. So I'm going to leave that a few minutes to let it go off, and I'll bring you guys back once it's all dried and once it's all pointed and show you exactly what the finished article looks like. And we're back with the fireplace. Oh, as you can see behind me, there's a bit more than just a fireplace has happened. Excuse the sweat, it's in the middle of summer now. Been a few weeks since I made a video, but I'll get into more of that in the next one. We're here to look at the fireplace. Here we go. That is the 90% finished fireplace. I've decided that round the outside I'm not going to have stone, I'm just going to have 100mm bricks. So I have 100mm bricks all the way around, but you're going to see the nice face of it like that. So it's going to protrude out about 100, shadows right in the way. Going to protrude out about 100mm here, going all the way up, all the way along here, and then all the way across along here. But that's essentially the finished fireplace. Right, so that'll do for the video on the chimney. I'll come back and do the stack in a separate video because I probably won't be doing the stack for a while yet. I'm going to do it in a separate video, and it'll be a 2-parter sort of. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, if it was informative in any way, then let me know. If there's something I didn't do right, or if there's something you've got a different opinion on and how it should be done, then let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see what you guys are saying. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this, and yeah, subscribe. Anyway, yeah, so I'll check you out next time. Have a good one. Take care. Put sun cream on and enjoy. See you later.